All right, we're back with the final video of the build of the vise here. So I got this stuff off. We're just gonna get right into this. No sense in talking or wasting time, but in the last video, we had this back plate made on the back part. I'm sorry, that's this one. That's that one. We made that one in the last video. And then I went ahead and just made this one. So they're both ready. And that's gonna look super cool, man. It really is. So what I'm gonna do first is, I got the welder all ready, set up, ready to roll. I'm gonna take and clean up in these inside of here a little bit. So we're gonna weld full welds on the inside of here. And then I'm gonna think about this as we're going, because I know I'm gonna clean, if I put a weld, I wanna make this thing as strong as possible. So we'll weld in here first, and then we'll probably put a little bit on the outsides here. We'll clean those up, we'll grind them, and we'll smooth them in good. We'll flip these around. We'll get some on the back sides, underneath here, on the back sides of the big plates. That way, all that's solid when we're going to, you know, clamp something in there. Once that's done, this vise will be ready for setting the, we'll set our jaws where they have to go. We'll get those tacked in and welded, and then we'll go with the plates, and then our back little thing we made. And basically we'll just start welding, grinding, cleaning, and get this bad boy ready for a couple swipes. I'm just gonna really take like in the corners where we weld a little bit, after we grind that, I'll swipe it with a little bit of mud around this back here, just so it's clean when we paint it. Any of the areas that I want to look real smooth. These will be welded in on the inside, the top plates, so we'll grind them flush. We'll probably put a little swipe. And I did make another plate because I didn't like that one. It wasn't smooth, so this one's a lot better, the one we made here. You guys can see, well, I'll show you some close-ups as we're doing it, but it's a lot smoother than that other one was. So yeah, let me, I'm gonna clean this up real quick off camera. I'm just gonna take maybe like my cutoff wheel, get down in there and just do a little cleaning on all four sides there, just so we have some clean area to weld, because I want this to really penetrate good, as that's gonna be our, you know, strength area. So these I want to be really good, as of all of it, but so let me get that cleaned up and I'll bring you guys back here in a few. All right, I'm gonna get what I can, get it hidden pretty good in some places here, and then we'll get these clamps moved out of the way so we can flip it. Now I think I'm gonna tack these, all of them, get these pulled apart, because I don't want to be welding and get this hot on the inside to where it's touching this inner tube. So we'll tack these in place real quick and then go that route. Hope my ground can reach here. Yeah, I think we're good right here, right beside it. I played with some settings on this and I changed my tip back. I think I like this bigger one better than I had a smaller one on it. So let's see what happens here. I'm gonna try to get these back sides first. Well, the ones towards me. Yeah, it's welding way nicer. The crackling of bacon. So excited, this is getting welded. Okay, I'm gonna drop a couple on these back sides here. Oh, that's welding so much nicer. Okay, I need to get my, there it is over there. All right, so these can come off. This one here, I'm gonna have to, I don't got nothing on the bottom of it. So it takes a minute to wind this out. I'm not gonna let you guys bore you to death with me cranking on it. So I'll get this all taken apart, and give me a few, and I'm gonna hit a couple tacks on the bottom of that. And then, actually, you know what? What? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna weld this up just where I just put these at, so we're not wasting a bunch of time on the film there. I'll just kind of take you through the steps on what I'm doing, and we'll do it that way. That way the video is not, you know, drug out long with a bunch of crap we've seen a million times. You guys wanna watch full welds on stuff like that, let me know in the comments, but it's the same every time. So.
Sounds good.
But yeah, I'll do that. I'll weld these up and I'll bring you back when I'm getting ready to show you the tools I'm going to use on what I'm going to clean it with. In here, not so much, but on the where we're going to be visibly seeing stuff, yes. So I'll bring you back shortly. All right, guys, here's what we have. Kind of take you around here. But basically, like I said, these will just clean a little bit. This is still a little warm. In here, we won't bother as much because that'll be a closed plate, but these will clean up flat. Anywhere like this stuff, this will get cleaned up. Anything that we'll see on the outside, all this stuff. There's a bead underneath here that won't get, I mean, just a little tiny bit because we're not going to see it once we weld it on our swivel. This here came out nice. That's all going to get cleaned up nice. This was a little warm. I've been trying to do a little at a time, but I am going to get back here too and clean that up nice so it's smooth into it. But that turned out pretty sweet there. But so far, it's looking good. Let me try to show you. Hang on one second. So the main thing was to keep this thing from not getting where this doesn't move anymore inside there with the heat. As you can see, it still moves nice. I am going to still sand it and clean it a little bit, just a little, but it's going nice. What else? This part's okay. It's cooled off a bunch. I just did this one. Once this cools off, we'll start with the cleaning all the welds. And what I'll probably do is I'll probably go ahead and hit that first before I do anything, and then I'll start grinding and cleaning on this when it cools, on this part here when it cools off. So that way, while that's cooling off back here, this will be done, and then we can come back to this piece and start cleaning all this stuff. I'm not going to put none of these plates on until we get our jaws in, because we have to weld those from the back side. They're only going to get 2 welds, one here and one there on both sides. So let me show you, just so you kind of get an idea. So that'll go in there. We'll even it up, you know what I mean? But then we'll get a weld on that side and a weld on that side, and that's it. I may do one on the outside. Sorry, I keep watching this and not the camera. I may do one on the outside and then clean it up too. We'll see. That way it's just got one there and one on the inside, so it's just more stronger. So we might do that. Nothing wrong with going a little extra. So yeah, let me let that cool off there, the back part, and then I'll bring it back when we're cleaning. But I just wanted to give you a little quick update on what I've done so far. But I'm getting excited, man. This thing's getting done. I can't wait. All right, be back shortly.
Damn, that was fast.
All right, you guys, here's after the 36 DA. I think it's looking pretty good, man. I don't think we're gonna be using Bondo anywhere. If it keeps going like this, so far, I'm gonna be able to DA that out with 80, and we're probably gonna be powder coating this bad boy, which I wanted to do in the beginning. So, like I said, if everything keeps smoothing out the way it is, we're good to go. We're gonna be powder coating this, but that looks good. And here's the front part of it. That on the inside is gonna be covered with that shell, with that, the cover. And then we'll clean up inside there where we weld. We'll probably weld there. This will come off. We'll weld across the front. We'll clean all that up. And then the rest of that is fine. Here, hold on. Let me show you I ain't hit that with the DA yet, none of it. So once I clean that up with the 36 and the 80, that's gonna be beautiful. So yeah, like I said, what's going on here, hang on one second. All right, sorry about that. So, like I said, everything's looking good. Here's what I'm using, that's what I was gonna show you. So it's just a combination of the same things I've been using on everything. Thin, thicker, this angle, that angle, you know, this maybe, I ain't used it yet, but this thing and I used in here to clean up a little bit, just a little. I used this stone, I ain't used the flapper yet, on the back side of this to get all this, on the back side of this to get all this flush. Other than that, those are the things I'm using. I was hoping we didn't have to do Bondo, because I mean, I really want to powder coat this, so fingers crossed, I'll bring it back when we're further. All right guys, check this bad boy out. It is looking so good, man. It really is. I'm overwhelmed with it actually. I mean, that's gonna look good. This is all gonna be welded around this plate. We're gonna do the same type of thing. I'm sorry, I keep on not watching here. It's gonna be all welded around this plate. Same thing, we'll grind it up smooth. I mean, this just all turned out really nice. And I haven't even hit it with the 80 with the DA. So that's just with what I showed you, those grinders, and the 36 on the big DA, the Ripper. But I got the jaw set in place. I kind of mic'd both sides for the distance. I got these as, you know, real good and flush as, you know, feeling them. Basically, when I make these and other types of things, steel or whatnot, whatever, I'll have to kind of go off of these. And then if I feel a little lip or something, I'll have to squeeze them in the mill vise together and just give them a quick shave. I mean, that probably ain't gonna be something where it's gonna hurt anything, but that's just me wanting it to be smooth and perfect. I got it sitting on the swivel close. I haven't measured that yet, but that'll get a weld straight across there on both sides, and we'll also grind it smooth. And really that'll be perfect for that. That don't have to be super strong there. I mean, everything where it needs to be strong is strong in our sides and all that. But I really like how these turned out. That's gonna be cool once we get those on and get them cleaned up and stuff. It's looking really good. It works good, and I ain't got no oil or nothing inside of it yet. So I wanted to give you guys a quick update there. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna tack these in place on the outside, you know, front and back, weld them in, and then once they're welded, then we can put our plates on. I'm not gonna try to clean anything on the insides there. There's no reason for it. When I weld inside there on both sides, down through here and down there on the back sides of these. So I'll just weld them, put our plates on, weld them in the same way, and that's going to be welded across the bottom there, and we'll clean it all up nice. It'll be all shut. That'll be all smooth and shut on both sides, up around here, all the way down the sides, and across the bottom, same thing. So yeah, I'm going to tack those in, get these welded in, and then clean them up the same way as we did the rest of it. And then when I get that far, I'll bring you back, because the only thing going to be left from there is going to be hit it with the DA with the 80, and we'll be ready for powder coat. I'm so excited that I can powder coat this thing. I really wanted it to be that way, and it's going. All this, man, it just all looks so cool. And there's some like areas in a couple of I think it's on the other side, or maybe even here. There's some little pits in there. I'm not going to worry too much about those. I'm going to let the powder do its thing, and whatever it looks like, it looks like. That way there's some kind of like characteristic in the steel of this thing. I want it to look kind of like when you go buy a regular vise. You know, they're not perfect. You know what I mean? So just to give it some kind of a character to it, you know, I don't want it to be too perfect, and the mud would have done that. If we'd have mudded it and painted it, that's what it would have been. So this is why I really focused on getting this stuff sanded or grinded nice and smoothened out right, and took my time with it. I got probably a good 2 or 3 hours in just grinding all the welds on this. And I mean, I cleaned up underneath. I cleaned up underneath where these weld to the tubing up behind there. I didn't have to, but I did. I cleaned it all just because. I just did it because I was in the groove. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's where we're at, guys. I'll bring you back when I'm ready for the DA, and then we'll get this bad boy cleaned up and powder coated, and this thing will be done. I can't wait to use it. All right, be back shortly. All right, guys, as you can see, I've been working my tail off. Roughly 5 hours to finish cleaning, welding, cleaning, and all that. No, I'm sorry, I forgot about yesterday. So about 7 hours, and after welding, grinding, cleaning. But I'm getting ready to show you this awesome thing, man. This thing is, I love it. I'm that excited. Check this bad boy out. Woo! Look at that thing, man. I still got a little cleaning to do around some of the edges, but man, that is gonna be one bad vise. I mean, I got a lot of work in that thing. I can't wait to use it and abuse it. But you see how that made that look so nice, that putting those plates in there and closing that, it just looks like one big solid beast. I mean, look at that thing. And that's with the aluminum jaws in it. Yep, so now just some more cleaning. Not like a bunch. Like I said, I want to leave some character in this thing. You see, I did like fillet style edges on all the edges, like the curves. This will have the same down here. I know I told you 100 times, but that'll be the same way. And DA with some 80. Clean up a little bit. There's like, if you look real close, there's some little tiny little pits I still got to clean out, but nothing big. This thing I'm going to clean up better. I'm gonna make this a little rounder and cleaner here. Same with the bottom. That's about it, man. I mean, this thing is, I'm in love with this bad boy. When I first started on this project, I never pictured this. I mean, if you know by watching the video, we didn't know that was going on. We didn't know those plates were going on. I kind of had an idea. I might have put it on there, but I thought I was going to be mudding this thing and painting it. Lo and behold, this thing's going to be just the way I want it, and then some. So, all right, guys, I just wanted to give you the update on it, and it's getting late today, and I am wore out. I'm going to do a little bit of editing, and then probably tomorrow or the next day, we'll start buzzing the 80 and cleaning up the little pits here and there. Just a little bit, and we'll get this bad boy taken apart, hopefully for the last time. It's such a pain in the ass to wind that thing all the way out because of the, the thread pitch. It's a little, I forget what thread pitch it was, but it's closer. So when you got to wind, but that gives you more cranking power by that being that way. You can crank more. Not that I want to put 5,000 pounds of crank on it, but it's there if I need it. So. Cool. I hope you guys like this thing and enjoy it as much as I'm going to be enjoying it. But like I said, I'll get back with you guys as soon as I get back on it. Hopefully tomorrow. Thanks again, guys, for everything. All right, guys. First thing I want to show you is I did get a socket for the front of this vise, so I ain't got to keep on winding it out, in and out. But we're going to go ahead and weld these on both sides here. Get that out of the way. And I'm not fully committed yet, but I'm debating whether to go paint or powder still. So by the time I weld this, hopefully my brain's made up. So I know I keep changing my mind so much, but you guys are probably like, this guy is got some serious ADD going on. But it is what it is. I think whatever I decide is going to be for the best for what I'm trying to do. So we'll see what happens here in a little bit. Let's get this welded up. I got it all grinded up and cleaned real good on both sides. And let's blast it. I'm gonna tack it real quick first. Okay, there's one side. I'm going to try something today. Give me a minute. I'm going to put these glasses on inside here that have a camera on them, and I'm going to see what that turns out like through the helmet. So give me a few here. Well, sorry you guys, the glasses are dead, so we'll just use our little, like we've been doing here. Try to get it where I can get the camera to see this and comfortable here. Okay, good. All right, I'm going to clean that, grind it, take the vise apart, and then bring you guys back when I figure out what I'm doing. I'm going to decide what I'm doing. If I'm going to powder coat, then I got some work to do in these with a little bit more welding and grinding. I'll decide it. I don't know. Let me think about that. If not, I'll be bringing you guys back. We'll clean it up with some, there's some little surface rust on here now from where it's been sitting. We'll clean that up, and then we'll get the Bondo started on it. We'll swipe it up, clean all that off, and get it ready for primer and paint. So give me a few. I'll bring you guys back here shortly. All right, so I have decided to paint this. Sorry to you guys that wanted to see it powder coated maybe. I know some people really like watching that, but it's just going to be the better route all the way around, because I sit there and I keep saying, well, if I don't do that and I wanted it to be better in certain areas, I'm not going to get that, because it's going to take quite a bit of time to add more weld to some of these areas. I'll take you around with the other camera, and to grind them really good and sand on them and just make that all metal, that's a lot of work. So believe me, I wanted to do that from the get-go. I kept trying to force myself to do that, but it's just going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of work just doing the Bondo. I mean, going around, hand, finger, sand and stuff, but this all turned out really nice. Everything did. I mean, everything's nice. So let me take you around. Okay, so what I'm talking mainly about is like getting in the areas. See, under here, I don't know if you can see, but there's like, if you was to feel that, you would feel what I'm talking about. There's like an area there that needs to be filled in, sanded, or a little bit of a weld, and then keep grinding away. And certain areas you can't get to with the machines. And hand metal grinding work is very, very, it takes a while. So, but I mean, for the most part, this thing is in, you know, great shape as far as everything has turned out so far. But like I said, you swipe that and you sand that around nice with some mud in there, you know, that's going to turn out a lot better. So, and we'll get to put a clear coat on it. It'll just help make it a little bit thicker, stronger. You know, all in all, it's going to be, it weighs it out. You know what I mean? It weighs it out. The time, the work, just all of it. It's actually going to cost me more money to paint it than it would be to powder coat it, because paint is pricey, especially the clear. And I had a powder matched up really close to that base there because I didn't want to fool with it. I don't know if I'm going to tape off the ring part there and repaint the blues or what, because I want that ring to stay the way it is, because it's got, if you look, it's got like, hang on, it's got like notches in it, degrees and stuff like that. It just looks cool. I doubt I'll ever use it unless I'm doing something precise in the vise and I got to spin it this way, you know, a little bit of a degree, but I doubt it. I doubt I'm ever going to do that, but it's there and I want it to look just like it is. You know, it looks pretty cool. So, so that's where we're at. It's a little late in the day today. I was going to start on doing some of the mud work. Everything's done as far as the grinding goes. I don't got to do any more grinding now that I'm deciding to go, you know, with the mud in it and stuff. So, but I got to get on this quick because the humidity gets to it and it brings surface rust. So I need to get on it. So hopefully tomorrow I got a couple hours in the day after work. I can jump on it, throw some mud on it. Because what I'm going to do is do areas at a time. I'm not going to swipe it all and then try to go back and mud it, because that's even more work. If you guys have watched my videos, I'll cover this area here and maybe down through these sides. And then as soon as it starts to tack up and warm up, I'll go around it real quick with some 36 and shape it. And then I'll let it dry completely to all the way fully hard. And then I'll go back over with 80 and work it, because then the Bondo's harder. And I don't want it to get too hard on me. If I try to build some areas, then it's going to take forever for me to sand that down. I'm going to have to use machines and everything else. I'm going to try to do all this by hand. Maybe these flat areas we'll use like a DA or something. But so that's where we're at, guys. Like I said, sorry if I've got you guys all amped up and hyped up on powder coat and all this stuff, if that's your thing. But there's a lot of that. You could go back and watch some other videos. But I know you guys probably wanted to see this one, but I apologize. And don't get me wrong, you guys, when this is done, I think everybody's going to like it. We're going to do some cool stuff to it. I'm even thinking about doing some a little bit of some kind of a little design back here, just not much on both sides. We may just do that with vinyl. I don't know. Or I may put the base down, put the vinyl in, and then clear over it. We'll see. I ain't figured it out, you know, thought about that all the way either. Just like I keep doing with everything else. So, but yeah, tomorrow we'll get back on it and start blasting some mud on this stuff. Thanks again, guys, for hanging in there and through the whole series of these videos. I think you guys will be pretty pleased with the end result of this vise when it's all said and done. Hopefully other people out there will see it. I'm hoping what's his name from Fireball Tool gets to see it and maybe likes it, you know. That'll make me feel pretty good, you know, for him to say you did a pretty good job on that. You know, this is his render. This is his design, you know. I downloaded his files. I changed a couple things, but all in all, you know, he's the guy that came up with this in the beginning. And his bottom thing is different. This ain't covered in his. Just some things I did different, you know. The thing I did back here to match the front plate there to keep the design going from front to back, just stuff like that. But hopefully he sees it, you know, and gives it a little bit of justice. It's like I said, it's his thing. So that's about it for today, guys. We'll get back on it tomorrow and get this thing blasted out. Thanks again, guys. All right, guys. So I know I said in the beginning of this video that this is going to be the last one, but I haven't been able to get out any videos because of work. So I gotta get something out. So this one is where you see where it's at here, where we're at the end of it. Everything's built. Just doing some prep work now to finish up and get it ready to paint. There's no more building of the vise. So the last video is going to be that. It's just going to be the you know, getting it all ready. But obviously we're going to be painting it and stuff because I do want to mud some areas. But yeah, I just been so busy at work, I can't even get no videos done to get the videos out, and my algorithm's just dropping and dropping, you know, so I got to get something out there. This ain't quite as long, and the other one won't be either, because it's going to be kind of like a one video split in two. I think it's only going to be like 25 minutes or so each one, I'd say right around there. So I'm going to get this one out this weekend, and then hopefully by next weekend, that one will be ready. I can get back on some kind of track here, because I still have two big projects there that I'm got in the cooker. They're pretty cool little projects. I want to get right on those. So yeah, we're going to end this one right here, guys. Thank you so much for watching this whole series of this vise build and all the videos. But yeah, as soon as I get this going and I can do this full time, the videos will be dropping every week, maybe twice a week. I'm going to try to do some. So it's just hard, you know, when you work till 4 or 5 in the afternoon, you come home, there's no time to do anything, you know, and then I'm working through the weekends. I can't even spend time with the family. So I gotta start making time for myself. You know, this is getting too much. So, but it'll get going here. I'm real close on my counts there with the hours and with the subscribers. Please continue to do what you guys are doing for me, the ones that are. It is helping, and I'm just about there. So yeah, once again, guys, thank you so much for everything, and I'll see you real soon on the last one of these. Thank you.